So who's marking him? Weta.
Yeah. I think it looks, we'll have to see, but it looks like Zach could be at 12. I mean, it doesn't matter if Bush make changes because we know them all. So for us, that's really easy. And I don't know whether Tafar will get here at half time, whether they're going to start with. I don't even know how all that works. Obviously,
See whether there's any updates on the hill.
maybe it's just too late for Tafar today.
Maybe that, but that's what happens, bro. When you've a 100% local team, the chances of that happening are much slimmer.
There was an old Chesky truck. Oh no, he died. Fuck, the driver died.
It's going to be shut for a while then, mate.
There was an old Chesky truck, but it was a driver from Levin.
Close to at least 4 o'clock.
Yep. It was a driver from Levin filling in. He died.
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck.
He ain't going to get here.
Nah. Oh, that's just horrible. I'm actually glad it wasn't my son's best friend's dad. To be fair, he owns that business. Like, that would have been lovely.
You still feel it though, eh?
Oh, that's what you said. The son's devastated, mate.
So my little brother's got drivers. Is for him. He's got a firm in Motueka.
Yep.
And one of his truck drivers had come into an accident with a car. The car crossed the centre line, not, but he was so ripped up about it, he said, I'm done. I'm not driving trucks because it was an absolute mess. When you're in a big truck, you've got nowhere to go.
Nah, mate.
And he said the car just come around the corner, right over the centre line, and angled into the side of the corner of the truck, and was a complete write-off, speeding. And so he had nowhere to go. But he was so ripped up about it because you're literally right there on the scene, and that wouldn't have been a pretty scene.
Oh, no. Yep, I've talked to a couple of truck drivers. People have gone over the top of cars.
Yeah.
And they said they don't get over it.
No. Well, it's like train drivers, mate.
Yeah.
How do you... I was going to see a few West Coast supporters, mate.
Yeah, I saw a couple walking around.
So ideally, because I got my mate Dicko and Adam were going to bring about a dozen up Well, good afternoon. An absolutely beautiful day here in Masterton at Trust House Memorial Park for this fixture, the Bunnings Heartland Championship. It is West Coast coming out of the tunnel now and leading out Van Fleet. The ferry is Wairarapa Bush in the commentary box today. Myself, Brent here, and of course the always wonderful Tony Lyford. And Tony, picture, postcard, summer, winter rugby.
Absolutely, BG. It's magnificent today. 20 degrees out there. Beautiful for running rugby, not much breeze. Going to need a lot of fluid on, though.
Yeah, they certainly are. Just a bit of a shout out to the South Isaiah Wairarapa Bush woman in the Manawatu Barbars earlier today. Nearly 130 points in that game, 80-48 in favour of Manawatu. Great to see three internationals out there, Bex Marnie, Salika Winiata and Annemiek van Vliet, who has represented the Netherlands. A great showcase for women's rugby that is certainly really building in Wairarapa and is quite developed, obviously, with the Cyclones winning their championship last week in Palmerston North. It's really good to see. And whilst the crowd, not too bad in the grandstand here today, it is, what do we say outside? It's about 20 degrees. Yep. On the turf, it's probably about 24. It radiates its heat. Of course, West Coast, they've only won the one game this year against King Country. The Farriers Wairarapa Bush still searching for that elusive W, and they will be kicking off from the southern end of the ground as we bring it on the next round of the Heartland Championship. A lot of talk points this week. Ma Nonu, Jose Gear is a player coach in Ngāti Porou East Coast. We're going to host them here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if they can play. That'd be awesome. So there's been a few changes today to the team that's advertised. So we'll let you know as we go. As Mo'o Falaniko about to kick off. Wairarapa Bush kicking off. Nice high kick. West Coast coming in there underneath it. Taken by number 8 there for Takana. He's had a pretty good start to the season as Takana. He's got a high work rate. Passing it back. It's an ugly sort of kick going back into the midfield. Sam Gemi there for Wairarapa Bush. Looking to clean that up. Sam Gemi with the ball in hand. Had a huge game last week. Passes to Ueta Tufanga. Looking to go early. Makes a little bit of a break. Makes the first back through. Wairarapa Bush in there blowing out. Bracewell digging. In there. Nice inside ball to McLean. McLean hitting it up there nicely. So it's some good continuity here early from Wairarapa Bush. Bracewell there, passing out to Jerry Mapasua. Had a very big game last week. He was huge last week. Bracewell to Hyra. Hyra is starting in the first 5 jersey. Referees got West Coast for offside early. Wairarapa Bush retaining good position here. That's up to 6 phases now. Jerry Mapasua.
What a run.
Second hit up in the set. Lewis Bush quickly in there. Lewis Bush making another 6-7 metres. This is a really good start from Wairarapa Bush. Really positive. Bracewell digging in there early up to Hyra. Hyra skipping him out to Morrison. Looks like he's starting at fullback as Sam Morrison with a little nudge through. A little bit too deep. And the fullback, Tailua, clears for touch. And it's only going to be about 5 metres out from the line. So good start there from Wairarapa Bush.
Yeah, good positive play, actually. And it was a little bit like last week. They did start really well. Started positive. 15-7, they were up at half-time. But no, we've gone back for the penalty. Interesting call. You might have looked at options there, I would have thought. But...
yeah.
You know, where do you want it? You're never going to go back that far. But
no, I mean, that was a line out, 5 metres out from the line attacking.
Yeah, that's right. The referee is coming to us today from South Canterbury. So
nice.
Coming up from Timaru, and we welcome Jackson Henshaw, the assistant referees, Alistair Payne and Chris Jeffries.
So Wairarapa Bush have decided to take the shot at goal early in the game from about 40 metres out. What's right on 40 metres out?
16 and a half, 17 metres in.
Yep, and that looks like it's going to be Tipi Hyra because we've got Mo'o out here on the left.
Mo'o has got an amazing boot on him.
Huge.
And, you know, the height he gets with those balls is unbelievable. And likewise the distance. But sometimes the radar's off a little bit. We saw that last week with a few kicks sort of spraying out to the right. But nonetheless, this will be a great first start for Wairarapa Bush if they can come away with 3 points. Just 2.5 gone. And
a bit of a shout out to our Greymouth crew. Hopefully tuning in down there today, BG.
Yeah, I hope so. It's a really good club competition down there. The likes of Grey Valley, Blaketown, Marist, Kiwi, South Westland.
And Hyra just pushes that one to the right of the post.
Spent a bit of time at Greymouth myself, Tony. 3 years down there at the radio station down there. So kia ora to everyone on the mighty West Coast.
There's Joseph Scott here. Scored a brilliant try there a couple of weeks ago to Joseph against King Country. He's a left footer, taking the taking the drop out there. It's a nice big deep kick down to Sam Morrison, playing fullback for Wairarapa Bush today. Passes it back in field to Van Vliet. Van Vliet with a good head of steam, looking to penetrate the line. It's a good strong run from Van Vliet. And he beats, still going, Van Vliet. Very good run from Van Vliet, puts us on the front foot. Bracewell in there quickly to Sam Gammy. Sam Gammy, workaholic as always. First on hand. Bracewell there quickly up to Bush. Bush goes out the back to Hyra, to Cartier. Cartier hitting the line. Oh, throws a bit of an inside ball, but it looks like it's going to be play on to Lewis Bush again. Lewis Bush beats one. Having a big contest with Big Dan Ford from the coast. He's a big lad. Bracewell there, passes it out there to Jerry Mapasora again. Jerry running really hard today. Really impressed with Jerry. That's a bit of an average sort of take there, but McLean there to clean it up nicely for Wairarapa Bush, just outside the 22. Van Vliet in there for the pick and go, and Luatua right there for the blowout. Bracewell in there again, quickly digging out to Gammy again. Gammy hitting the line at speed. Good stuff from Gammy. That's good blowout from Wairarapa Bush. Bracewell getting quick ball. Luatua looking to hit the line up. It's a good inside there run there from Luatua. Bracewell in there digging again. Out to Mapasua, out to Tufanga. His numbers here for Wairarapa Bush. Cartier to Malatai. No.
Looked like it was forward.
Ooh, it's just gone forward. But it's positive, BG. They're actually retaining some position and putting good pressure on West Coast.
Yeah, very positive. And the players are looking for those offloads too. And there's no 50-50s. They're going, no, I need to hold the ball here. And they're doing that. You saw it before. BJ Campbell was looking for the inside ball there, but they held it. They're holding it well. It is a really, really good positive start 5 minutes into this match.
So the only thing that, as long as we can put some points on when we're this pressure, BG, because we saw last week against Mid Canterbury that we spent quite a bit down here and 3 or 4 missed opportunities ended up costing us at the end.
It's about composure. It's about playing. I know it's a cliche, but it is an 80-minute game, and you've got to play for those 80 minutes. And we haven't really strung that together this season, that full 80.
No, that's right. So the first scrum of the game,
not a good one,
just collapses as they say hello to each other.
Have you been down to Rugby Park in Greymouth before, Tony?
I have. Yep, once.
Great little ground.
Yep. Amazing
grandstand. And I used to live just down the road from there on Shakespeare Street. There you go.
Nice.
Bit of history.
Nice. Used to be your local?
Yeah, it was great actually. Recreation Hotel or the Union. The Union, great carvery, massive feed at the Union Hotel, or the Aussie, which is a great hotel.
Nice.
And not even Australian. It's even better.
So the battle on this side is between Jerry Mapashura and Daniel Davis here. It's a good scrum from West Coast. It's a good pass out there. It's a good pass, and that looks like the fullback there, clearing. It's Tailua.
He's done a good job of that too, actually. Yep. Really, really good job.
You know, that was a nice clearance. That was a good exit from West Coast, and that takes it up to close to 40 metres out from their own line there. Wairarapa Bush have the line out as Henry Wilson comes over to throw the ball on the line out. Henry's started the last 3 games at hooker. He's getting some good continuity into his game.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Obviously, James Pakolti got a red card earlier on in the season that has rolled him out for a number of weeks. And to be fair, I think Henry's really stepped up to the task.
It's lovely as McLean takes a really nice take there in the middle of the line out for Wairarapa Bush. Bracewell screaming at them, getting them to move forward. Bracewell there, giving to Mo'o Falaniko, hitting the line at speed. It's good from Mo'o. Bracewell in there, directing his traffic. And there goes Inia Cartier, right through the middle, Inia. Henry Wilson with the blowout. Bracewell in there again, digging. Bracewell clears good ball there to Gammy. Gammy hitting it up hard. Bracewell in there digging again. Finds Mapasua. Mapasua with another, and he beats the first tackle. Oh, Van pops a beautiful ball to Van Vliet. Cartier in there to do the blow. Bracewell there to Mo'o Falaniko. Out to Lewis Bush. One-on-one, big Lewis Bush. Beats him. Lewis Bush.
Stop it.
Try. Oh, Lewis Bush. Try time.
Oh, hey, the little Sherman tank says I'm going through you, buddy.
Look out.
Outstanding.
Here on the Wet and Forget replay, we get to see Mo'o passing to Lewis Bush. Lewis Bush with one to beat, just bowls that guy out of the way. Beautiful. The halfback Ferguson tries to, but can't get there. Lewis Bush.
Outstanding. So having a hole in your white bait net, that one.
Oh, absolutely.
Boy, oh boy.
It's great for Lewis Bush. He also was a try scorer last week against Mid Canterbury from slightly different circumstances. That was from a maul. He's going great, is young Lewis.
Well done, Bushy. Look, we've seen it international level. It's generally the hooker out there that scores those tries. But look, Lewis Bush has had, I think, a fantastic season, both club and at rep level, and playing extremely well.
Absolutely, and they've gone to Mo'o Falaniko to kick the ball from this side of the field. So they might have, obviously, Tipi Hira took the first penalty shot, different side of the field. They might just be doing horses for courses.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's like playing the old South African loose forward trio, and the old Safa style was left, right, left, right.
Absolutely. So Mo'o Falaniko lines us up right from the touchline. This kick's a really, really tough kick. Not much breeze today. He hits it quite nicely, but it looks like it's going to go just left of the uprights. So that makes the score 5 points to 0 to Wairarapa Bush after 8.5 minutes of play.
Yeah, once again, welcome into our West Coast viewers. I know there's a few down there, and Adam, and also Dicko, who lives a little bit further north. Great to have you guys watching. Tracy and Adam, got good friends down there, Les and Linda. It's a pleasure to be able to bring you this coverage today via Facebook Live and on such a beautiful Wairarapa day. So I hope it's like that down the coast as well.
They're gonna need a bit of fluid on today, BG. Gosh, I mean it might only be 20, but out on that turf, it's a fair heat. As West Coast kick off there, and that's it's just too long from West Coast.
Yeah, it's a terrible mistake right from kick-off. Puts them on the back foot and puts, more importantly, the Ferries Wairarapa Bush in an amazing attacking position with a scrum set to go down right in centre field, attacking options left and right.
That was Joseph Scott who took that kick-off. He's actually been playing really well as Joseph. He started all the games at 10 so far this season, which is a bit unfortunate for him. Another player to look out today for the West Coasters, as I've been really impressed. He scored 3 tries this season. Their centre, Elliot Smith, playing out of the Marist Albion club from Canterbury.
He's not the first to come out of there, mate. Big Rowan O'Gorman played 8 and 6 for the Coasters a number of years ago now. I don't think you'll mind me saying that while you're on.
He played a lot of games for West Coast, if I remember. Yeah,
he did. I think he had 3 or 4 seasons. He'll correct me anyway.
As Bracewell puts the ball in there to Wairarapa Bush, passes it flat there to Hira on the line. Tough pass there for Cartier, but it's gone back and Hira cleans it up. As Wairarapa Bush need to get back here and get over the ball. It's good pressure from West Coast in that ruck. Wairarapa Bush get it back. His referee's playing advantage to Wairarapa Bush there for hands in the ruck. Bracewell sees a little gap and he's gone back to the penalty there. The referee. Yeah. Oh, he's actually ruled coming in from the side there.
Yeah, not a positive start, sadly, from West Coast. We know they are actually a better team than this. They've come here to get their second W.
Absolutely. They had a really good win against King Country a couple of weeks ago. So it was a good win for the Coast boys. That's a very nice clearance there from Mo'o Falaniko. That's put them Wairarapa Bush inside the 22. He didn't have much angle there on that penalty. So Wairarapa Bush here have got the line out right on the 22. And we're about 11 minutes gone as Henry Wilson lines this one up. He's got some big tall timber there to aim for.
He certainly has, Tony. And look, we saw last week several times we were down this end of the ground and didn't come away with points.
As McLean takes another one, BG, into the maul. Wairarapa Bush were very strong in the maul last week. Scored a try and almost scored 2 from it. It was they got 1 disallowed last week, and that's another advantage to Wairarapa Bush.
Yeah, it's the number 8 there, number 6, pardon me.
Number 6, yeah, Logan Winter. So, he's gone straight to the yellow card. He's just said that's enough. That's 5 penalties in a row. And away you go, Logan.
But you know what? That's great refereeing. Set the bar nice and early, not going to put up with that, and carry on. And clearly in an offside position. There was no coming back from that.
Yeah, so you can come through the ruck, through the maul, as long as you're bound the whole time. You can work your way through. As soon as you unbind, it means you've got to go right back to the back. And he unbound and straight in there, and the referee just wasn't having a bar of that.
All right, options here for the Ferries Wairarapa Bush. Their rolling ball has been quite effective this year, so that will be something to look at.
Go to the strength here, straight back to McLean at number 4 in the line out. It's a lovely setup from Wairarapa Bush, and there's that ball presented beautifully at the back there, and it's a beautiful rolling ball. Try time, Wairarapa Bush. Lovely stuff.
The players are celebrating,
and it looks like it's going to be number 4, Luatua from Ekirahuna. The big lock forward out of the Ekirahuna club. There's 4 in the pack today from Ekirahuna. It's a lovely try.
Oh, look, and the Eki boys last week played really, really well, particularly Sam Gammy, BJ Campbell, and, of course, Johan Van Vliet. They were absolutely brilliant, actually, that trio. So, of course, Luatua, you can add him to that list. Yeah, these are amazing men. You know, they quite a bit. West Coast is the same. There can be quite a bit of travel to representative rugby training.
Yep.
I suppose a lot of the heartland provinces are, to be fair, exactly that. You know, not professional players, but they do it for the passion. They do it for the province.
It's amazing. Did you hear Sam Kane's interview after the King Country? They talked to him. Jeff Wilson talked to him, and he was just saying how it was a real big eye-opener for him. The passion, he got picked up at 6 o'clock and driven down, and the fella that picked him up drove 2.5 hours home, got up at 6:30 again to go building. He's like, it was really going to get home till midnight.
I just love the fact that Dad dropped him off at the ground. I thought that was outstanding.
It's great. It's great. So it was good for Sam Cane to see that as Falanico lines up the conversion, hits that nicely. That one
curving round.
Oh,
just missed it.
Just hits the post there, unfortunately. As Wairarapa Bush take the lead, are in the lead now, 10 points to 0 after 13.5 minutes. It's been a good start from Wairarapa Bush.
Yeah, it has. Look, I'm always optimistic, obviously, for our province, but nonetheless, they're looking. Oh, that's a shocker of a restart from Wairarapa Bush. What were they thinking?
They were completely asleep.
But
there.
They have managed to get out of jail. That is unbelievable. West Coast, a huge opportunity there blowing, but good vision from the team.
Absolutely, Joseph Scott. And so Wairarapa Bush now got possession just inside their own half here. Out to Henry Wilson standing at first receiver, passes it on to Vesi Luatua. It's another good run from Vesi Luatua. That's over the halfway line. Brace will win there quickly again to Hyra. Hyra, beautiful pass out there to Gammy. Gammy looking at the running at the hole nicely. Wairarapa Bush need to get in there over that ball, and they do. And another penalty to Wairarapa Bush. That's 6 penalties in a row now. That one was pretty clear too, to be fair. He's just got to have the clear space between when he tries to steal the ball.
Yep.
He just never got off the man.
Coast is not entirely happy with that one. They're asking a few questions there.
They've just got to clean that up, West Coast.
If we can keep this up for 80 minutes.
It'll be very, very tiring out there for West Coast too. I can assure you. At home, it's warm.
Yeah, really warm. I know they had I was talking to one of the guys earlier. They had a pretty hot trip to Gisborne as well. It was about 24 degrees. Rugby Park generally on a fine day it's beautiful, but on a wet day it is. And I've been there on a wet day. It's pretty miserable.
As Wilson again to throw into the line out. Goes deep this time down the back. Overthrow to BJ. Didn't quite get it. And there goes the big number 8 there, cleaning up at the back. He's only had to touch the ball a couple of times as Takana. Ferguson, back to Scott. Scott looking for the clearance. Back to Sam Morrison. Sam Morrison back there to clean it up. It's about 35 metres out from his own line, out to Mu'o Falanico, who returns with interest with the big midfield bomb. And here Mu'o Falanico looking to contest, doesn't quite get. Oh, it's a knock on, play on. This will be good for Wairarapa Bush.
BJ Campbell with the ball takes the hit up there. The forwards rallying around him nice and quickly. Bracewell coming in. He's looking at Johan Van Vliet looking for the ball. They go wide. Lewis Bush again out on the wing. Boomfa! He's got him there. Oh, that looks high. That looked like he went high. We might have another look at this on the wet and forget replay, but that did not look positive.
That was Big Takana at the number 8 from West Coast. Yeah. Just a lot of pressure being applied here, and those little things are starting to slip into the Coast game. From a Coast point of view, they just need to get their hands on the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like there's a bit of handbag shopping at the bottom of that too.
As Trent Lawn throws the ball on the line out there, and that's out to Liza Bett. I think it was number 4. No, that was Ethan Simpson who took that. Sorry. So West Coast there in the midfield, and another penalty to Wairarapa Bush, holding on that time.
Look, whilst the penalties at this stage, Tony, maybe for sort of different infractions, at some point there's going to have to be a captain's discussion.
Yeah.
This cannot continue. Otherwise, we're going back to the pocket again.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's hard when you're sitting there from a West Coast point of view watching this, but penalties generally come when the team's attacking and putting a lot of pressure on, and that's why sometimes in a game it's about trying to change that energy and play down the other end of the half. If you get stuck in your half, the referee just starts to mount penalties,
Yep. And West Coast certainly have not been.
I don't think they've
much
been
in the half at all,
have
other
they
than
been
kickoffs.
22?
Yeah.
So
it was that. I mean, the vision from that kickoff was fantastic. Just the execution
from Joseph Scott. Yeah, that was really good. As Tipi Hora lines this one up, this will be Tipi's second shot. Mo'o's missed both conversions. Tipi having a go at the penalty here, about 24 metres out. It's a funny looking kick from Tipi, but he's got it. It's over.
17 gone, and it is the Farriers Wairarapa Bush 13 and West Coast 0 at this stage. How great are the ball boys?
Yeah, absolutely. They're into it there.
They were on in the earlier live stream and having a bit of a yarn. It's great. The ball's always back out in the midfield nice and quick. And I know they get a maybe a tenner and a can of something in a bag of chippies or something.
Yeah, no, they love it.
Fantastic.
As Joseph Scott kicks off there, to Gammy, who pops it inside to Van Vliet. Van Vliet always up for work, loves it.
Well, he's made about 14, 15 metres there. That
And
ball's
back to
passed back.
Hyra. It's actually not a bad kick, really. And there's Takana underneath it. Oh, he's misjudged that. It's the number 8.
Hyra and Mo'o chasing hard.
Tailua with the clearance.
Oh,
Nice.
Number 4 hasn't retired. I'm not sure what...
That's brilliant there from Henry Wilson on the sideline. Out to Inia Kartia. Inia Kartia looking to take them on. Stanton with a really nice tackle there from West Coast. Solly Malatai there. Pops gets the ball. That one's slipped up a little bit high, and the referee's got advantage for the high tackle. Inia Kartia in there digging. Mapasua again beating players. Gosh, his work rate is huge, same as last week. Jerry's on fire. It's a great ball out to Van Vliet. Oh, Van Vliet just puts it in front, but they'll come back for the no advantage there. It was a high tackle.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it, when it's a tackle that hits chest height and slips up?
Yeah. That one, there was no malice.
No, not at all. No. So not a lot of mitigating factors, which is why it's a penalty only and we're not going to the pocket.
Yep. They're very, very tough on that. We've seen it from all the referees. There's no tolerance, zero in New Zealand rugby now. They just go straight. If they think there's any malice, it's gone.
A bit of a shout out to someone on your photo as well, Tony, who made Small Blacks Player of the Week. Your wee boy Quinn, which is
Quinny,
outstanding.
Absolutely, it's awesome. Yep, that was great for Quinny. As Tipi Hyra misses touch there, back to Tailua, and Tailua looks to find the touch line.
He doesn't. It's about 10 minutes in, and it's the Ferries won it up a bush again. Cartier with the ball, looking to go wide again. Mo'o has a look. Winters outside him. It's a lovely ball. Again.
Unfortunately knocks it on.
Yeah, it's a little bit on that execution side of things.
That's a bit gutting. But, you know, it was stoked for Quinny. Quinny's had 6 years for Carterton.
That's outstanding, isn't it?
Yeah, and he loves it, and he absolutely loves his rugby. He's got a great group of mates down there, the Carterton under-10s. I think they're unbeaten this year. They're a great group.
Oh, fantastic.
They're a great group, well coached by Willie Jepson and Tim Wallen.
And I love that because they get to see their name and their picture
absolutely
up in lights, and that's huge for the wee ones.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Carterton Club's going really well. It's a very positive attitude down there.
Brilliant.
It's good. It's nice. As West Coast look to put the ball in here through Ferguson. Haven't had much of an opportunity to have a look at the West Coast guys yet. They just haven't had enough ball.
No, and to be fair, we're 20 minutes in. There hasn't been that many scrums either.
No, there hasn't. That's quite a big scrum from Wairarapa Bush. Ferguson there out to Scott. He skips out to that's Stanton. Stanton looking to nice run up in the midfield there. But Inia Kartia looking to come through. That's fine. That's play on, says referee. And there's Bracewell in there quickly. There's numbers here. Hyra. Skip out ball. Oh, Morrison couldn't quite pick it up. So it's playing advantage there to West Coast. No, it's called no advantage. Scrum there to West Coast, double knock on.
Stanton, a name that is quite synonymous as well with West Coast rugby.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's been quite a few of the Stantons that have represented the province, and
nice.
A very, very well-known name down there.
I like hearing that. You see those names there that tend to come through.
Oh, look, it's outstanding. And West Coast has got a very, very proud history. I was there doing the ground announcing when they played Auckland in the Ranfurly Shield match.
Oh, were you?
West Coast scored the first 14 points. It was 14-0
to the Coasties
against Auckland, and they had the likes of Olo Brown and what have you playing.
Oh, that's
front page of the Greymouth Evening Star. West Coast 14 Auckland 0. Yep. Call the game off.
Yep. Absolutely.
It was a really, really big occasion. It was fantastic.
As Ferguson puts the ball in the scrum there, and that's the winger. I think that's the right winger there, actually. It's Jacob Lowe. That's a good run from Jacob. Makes about 15 metres on the run. And there's Ferguson in there quickly there. And that's the big lock there, number 5, Libazet, making the hit up. And Wairarapa Bush not rolling, so he's got advantage there. Joseph Scott, there we go. Joseph Scott, look, a beautiful run there from Scott. Oh, out to the left winger there. That's beautiful play there from Nick Muir. Nick Muir pops it in. Oh, advantage will be over. Intercept from Mo'o Falaniko, who puts his big right boot on the ball as it comes back to West Coast down here out to Stanton. Stanton passing it infield there. And that's the big number 4 there. That's Ethan Simpson, who's crashes into the midfield with power.
Scott's gone down to black play as well. He doesn't look very happy. He's was limping after that, spending a little bit of time on the ground.
Tailua there, PG, going the unders line there, just hitting it up. West Coast just need to get through some phases here, but looks like Wairarapa Bush have turned it over. No, he's got it. Ferguson, no, he's got the penalty, yeah. I saw the turnover, and he must have just put a sneaky hand in. West Coast just needed to get through some phases. Look at Joseph Scott there on the replay. out to the left winger there, Nick Muir. Nick Muir looking to take him on, but a really good tackle from Bracewell, covering back, and then Felinico there covering and does the big right boot back. That's the first time we've seen West Coast have a real go at Wairarapa Bush. There was some really good stuff.
Look, and it was that class as well from Joseph Scott. You mentioned him in earlier games. He has been a bit of a differential for Coast, and you look at what he progressed there. They really can't afford to lose him at this point.
We don't want Joseph going off. He's going really well, and that's a big clearance there from the penalty there from Felinico. And he's kept the ball in from the penalty, so this is good. So West Coast, Takana in the midfield here, the big number 8 looking to take them on. Good, hard run in the midfield, but a very nice tackle down below from Gammy. It's a good, quick ball there. Ferguson and digging. Out to the first receiver, and that's the open side. That's the captain, Stephen Soper. He scored 2 tries this season as Stephen. And as Wairarapa Bush putting big pressure at the ruck, but the referee's got a penalty there off their feet. Yep, Wairarapa Bush off their feet at the ruck. So this is a bit of a relieving penalty here for West Coast.
Just had one of the comments come through. Logan Winter is number 6 for West Coast. Actually, isn't Logan. It's Lewis Jackman.
Okay.
So there we go. So we'll make that change. Sorry. Apologies around that. We only go off the information that is provided for us.
Okay. So Jackman got the yellow card. Cool. Okay. Thank you for that. As West Coast here have got a line out about 32 metres out from their line. Inside, they just need to hold on to the ball here and get through some phases. As Trent Lawn looks to throw the ball in, and that's nice ball off the top there. And as they look to smash it up through the midfield through Stanton, that's a really strong run from Stanton. And there's the big prop, big Dan Ford, smashing it into the Wairarapa Bush defence. Out to the captain there, Stephen Soper. That's another really good run. This is really good, and there's the man who's come back on there, number 6, Jackman. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite get the pass away. That was much better. Really good front foot ball from West Coast. Halfback in there quickly, punching through the gap, made 25 metres. Unfortunately, they knocked it on about 12 metres out from the Wairarapa Bush line.
Yeah, it's taken a quarter of the game for West Coast to really settle into it, and we know the heat from that turf, and that is going to fatigue them. Coming away with some points in this first half will be key for the Coasters, whether it be 3 or whether it be 5 or 7, and they're slowly building themselves into the game. A little worried that Wairarapa Bush have been playing with a lot with the ball and running a lot too, whether that fatigue will play it towards the end of the game.
Yeah, quite possibly. As Wairarapa Bush have had small dominance in the scrum today, not huge, but enough. Put the ball into the scrum here. Isaac Bracewell puts it in. It's another good scrum from Wairarapa Bush. Out to Inia Kartia, just looking to make some yards there. Over the 22, bounces over the 22. Does the little ball of muscle. Out to Bracewell there to hire onto his educated left boot. And it's a very nice kick.
That is sailed down nicely.
And that's gonna roll out about 26 metres, 28 metres out from their West Coast line.
You see the 23rd man there, Rory the Stag. Great to see him back. It was a few years ago, actually, on a bus trip. It popped up on my Facebook memories today that we lost Rory. And he was located, having visited quite a few of the locals in Taupo. So it was returned by our good friend Andrew, the morning from breakfast announcer right there, Andrew Leotoa. So thanks, Andrew.
It's a nice throw there from Trent Lawn, who the big Lock Simpson getting up there, and it's out to the Taulua, the fullback. He's going well once he's getting his hands on the ball. Ferguson in there digging. Out to the big lock again. He's having some good touches there as Ethan Simpson. It's going well. He's getting through some good work. Ferguson in there digging again. It's a nice pass out the back there to Scott.
Some great hands from the Coasters.
Oh, there goes Muir, the
There's
left winger.
opportunities here. Oh, he's flicked the ball again. Oh, no.
I just couldn't. Just not quite happening for West Coast. Lewis Bush in there again. Referee said no, too messy. Let's scrum that up.
Look, it's those 50-50s you just can't throw. I know, the options, and you're feeling you're behind the 8 ball, and you want to continue to get that go forward ball. You look there on the wet and forget replay. It just comes down to execution. A knock on from the Coasters. It is the Wairarapa Bush scrum. About 6.5 metres into West Coast territory from halfway.
He's not a big guy, Nick Muir, but he's definitely got some speed and he's got some go. He's got some really good play. I'd like to see him with his hands on the ball a little bit more.
Very much so.
The left winger. As Bracewell looks to put the ball into this, to build a mince here in the scrum, they might look to keep this in and try and milk a penalty here. They've just started to get a bit of dominance. It's a good comeback from West Coast, though, holding that one. Gammy out, pops it out to Bracewell. Hyra hitting to the line there. Tufunga with a beautiful cutout ball to Malatai. This is dangerous.
Yeah, he's got some
Malatai has
wheels.
got some space. It's a nice tackle. Once again, patience there from that, but they, knocked it on. Just lacking, both teams lacking a bit of patience now, BG.
Yeah, it's that 50-50 ball. Take it into contact, hold it, and get your forwards, or even in that case, your backs around you to make sure you protect it, and then have another go. And you look at your different your pods. You got the midfield and your far field pods. Look to set those up.
Yep.
If you're not going to, get that gap and get that break, it's about resetting. It's about looking at what's in front of you, and then having another go.
Yep, I completely agree. And you wouldn't have seen this on the coverage at home, but a lot of the forwards were walking over to that scrum.
Yeah.
So it is different. The heat is definitely taking its toll out there.
28 gone.
28 gone, yeah. So that'll be really interesting going deep into this game, how that has an impact. As West Coast put this ball in 20, 24, 25 metres out from their goal line. And it's a good scrum from West Coast. It's a good pass out there. Second five, Stanton, who's going to, puts a kick through, but it's straight to Sam Morrison. Sam Morrison's got a good speed up here. Morrison just crashes straight into the defence. It's a good blowout there from Wairarapa. Bracewell in there quickly to Van Vliet. Van Vliet holds on to it. Van Vliet needs to stay in field. To Falanico. It's nice from Falanico. He just takes it, and Gammy in there is always working. BJ Campbell there with hands on the ball, hitting the gap nicely, BJ. Stan Morrison in there to do the blow. Bracewell quickly to Hyra, out to Jerry Mapasua. Jerry Mapasua crashing into the midfield. Good tackle from Takana. Referee's got advantage to Wairarapa Bush. Hyra there flicks it out the back to Uwitsa Tufunga, who's got a big handoff on number 14 there, Jacob Lowe. Solly Malatai in there for the blowout. Really, really good. Bracewell in there quickly again, but referees come back for the penalty.
So that was a prime example of exactly what to do when the options are limited. Ueta took that into contact, went down, Sully come in straight away to protect the ball and reset it. Although a little concerned about him, he's holding his wrist now. It doesn't look flash.
So Wairarapa Bush have decided to take the shot at goal, and I can tell you there was two front rows from Wairarapa Bush just pointing straight at the post.
Yep.
Please take that, Captain. and the captain Van Vliet obliged.
Let's just say the steam engines are a fair blowing today.
And there are a couple of fit props to Wairarapa Bush boys.
Yeah, they are. But like we said earlier on, 19, 20 degrees outside, but the turf radiates the heat. So you're probably looking at 24, 25.
As Hyra puts that 3 points over, which takes the score out to 16 points to 0 to Wairarapa Bush after 29 and a half minutes.
Look, we just want to see the Coasters get their hands on the ball, and they're starting to look dangerous when they do have it. It is a matter of going, hang on, let's make sure that we're accurate and control the ball ourselves. And I think the coaches will be saying to that in about 10 minutes in the sheds.
Yep.
Let's start controlling this game. And you can't win a game of rugby without the ball. Absolutely.
As Joseph Scott there kicks his educated left foot, kicks out. Vessi Luatua takes it all. He knocks that one on. Here's Takana. No, that's it was Takana. He knocks it on. So double knock on there. So it's going to be a scrum to West Coast, about 23 metres out from the Wairarapa Bush. That's a really nice attacking position. This for West Coast. They could look to build something here. They just need to make sure they get that set piece right first. So Wairarapa Bush is just getting a slight edge in there, but it's only slight. Nothing too much. I've been, like I said earlier in the commentary, I've quite excited about the number 13, Elliot Smith, too, out of the Marist Albion club down there in Canterbury. He scored 3 tries this season, and he's very dangerous on the outside break. Built like a flanker is Elliot. Strong-looking lad. So West Coast to ground there. Jerry Mapasua putting a little bit of heat in there, which is good. On the tight head prop, Daniel Davis from West Coast. Daniel just looking over at the touchy saying, look, he's coming in on the angle there, touchy. Touchy said, just get on with it, fella. Oh, I like it.
It's right up there with the old hard nut.
Yep. Just get in there. And this is the battle down here on the coverage is Daniel Davis and Jerry Mapasua. It's a good set from both teams. It's much cleaner. As Ferguson puts the ball into the scrum, nice from West Coast. Ferguson there with a nice ball out to Scott, who skips out to Stanton.
Confusion in the midfield.
He just Ty Lord just overran that slightly.
Shame.
Gosh.
Shame. They're kind of starting to do the right things, West Coast, and it's the basics that are letting them down.
The coach pulling here.
Oh, absolutely. Dave Perrin, you're going to be sitting there going, oh, Lordy.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely. But it puts Wairarapa Bush in a really good position there. 40 metres out from the West Coast line to line out here with Henry Wilson to throw back into the line out. McLean's won 5 today, 5 clean takes. The only time they've tried to go back down, they overthrew. So they've gone to BJ again at the back. Nice. Lovely line out there from Wairarapa Bush, and they've set a really nice maul. And they've made 5-6 metres so far. It's a really good set. Bracewell in there, just directing play again. Still going. That's 10 metres now. 12 metres for Wairarapa Bush.
You see the captain, Johan van Vliet, just hanging off the back there. Just sort of sitting there. He's about 5 metres out from that maul going, no, don't give it to me. But
as Hira there goes to Sam Morrison. Sam Morrison looking for some... Oh, he hits a gap, Sam Morrison. Oh, no, referee saw a bit of obstruction.
Well, at least he's consistent.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. And Ferguson takes the ball back to the mark quickly, just making sure that Wairarapa Bush stay awake. Out to it's the fullback. He's going to take that, Tailua.
He's got a big kick on him, this boy.
Yep, he has. He just hasn't had much opportunities yet. It's a big right foot there. And he kicks it up to about the halfway line there. So West Coast, this line out will be West Coast right on halfway as touch judge Jeffries puts his flag up. And Trent Lawn, the hooker, looking to throw this ball in here. Been impressed with Ethan Simpson so far. Number 4 there for West Coast. I think that could be Ethan there again, taking that one. He's had a good game. And that's a good strong run to Khan. Oh no, that's Jackman. The big blind side there. That's a good strong run from Jackman. And that's Ferguson there out to Stephen Soper, the captain. It's a good run from Soper. Ferguson in there digging again. Out to Scott. Scott looking for a bit of a hole, but that's good defence from Wairarapa Bush. Really strong. They've held him up. And they've ripped... Oh, he must have ruled that the knee was on the ground. Yes, he did. Referee ruled that the West Coast player's knee hit the ground, so he needed to release. Let's have a look on the wait and forget replay there. 50-50. It's all good. So West Coast needed that. After 34 and a half minutes, they're going to get a line out here that's going to be around about the 22. Inside. Oh, that's a great kick. That's a great kick. That's going to put West Coast only about 16 metres out from the Wairarapa Bush line.
It's rolling ball territory.
Yep, absolutely.
And they've got the size and they've got the numbers to do it.
Well, they've been going really well. So Trent Lawn and the big lock, Ethan Simpson, have got a really good combination.
Yeah, the longest they've actually spent in their half, or in the opposition half.
Goes to Libazet there, BG, but Libazet with a beautiful take there, and he's got them all going. Wairarapa Bush have got a really, they're defending well at the moment. They've stopped it at the moment, so that'll be one. Stopped it once, but it's really good play from Trent Lawn there. He's at the back now. Takana joins at the back of the maul. And that's Trent Lawn takes it off there. It's a nice little run, West Coast. They're only 5 metres out from the line here, West Coast, looking really, really good. And that's the big prop, Dan Ford, crashing to the line. He's only 1 or 2 metres out as big Dan Ford. And that comes out there. That was really hard to see. And I think that might be a try. Sorry to everyone at home. I couldn't quite see who that was. I think it's Takana, the number 8. But it could be Jackman. Sorry, it's Jackman. The blindside flanker has made up for his yellow card earlier, BG, and put 5 points on the board for his team, West Coast.
He certainly has. Referee right on the spot. He says, yep, I can see that. More than happy. A bit of a shout out to our sponsors too, the likes of Transit and PGG Wrightson's, Eastwood Motor Group, Southeast Sayer. It's just Trust House, full stop, have been absolutely brilliant, as they always are. And it's just great to see so much support for rugby around the place.
Absolutely, it's absolutely vital with Heartland Rugby in general. We absolutely wouldn't be able to function without all our sponsors.
Wairarapa Bush player just in the background getting some attention there. Can't quite see who that is.
Might be a bit of cramp. As West Coast line up the conversion here, it's a tough conversion. 5 metres in from the touch line. He's taking his time. Hits it nicely. Hits it very nicely.
Yeah, it's a good
and
kick.
It's over. Jacob Lowe, the right winger. Beautiful conversion.
16-7 and 3 minutes to go before half-time. Exactly what the Coasters needed to continue to build a little bit of that momentum going into the second half.
Just needed to get some ball down there, didn't they? You know, they look dangerous when they've got the ball, West Coast.
Yeah, they do. It's probably the longest passage you played. I've had it, to be fair, in this first half. they're actually starting to string some faces together, and all started from that wonderful kick.
Yeah.
That really put Wairarapa Bush on the back foot.
Is Mo'o Falaniko here looking to kick off for Wairarapa Bush? It's another very, very high kick down there. I think that's Ferguson, the halfback. No, sorry, that was Elliott Smith, the centre. It's a lovely clearance from Elliott Smith. Got some huge distance on that.
Hasn't found touch. No, it has found touch, pardon me.
he's taken that to about 25 metres out, 26 metres out from the Wairarapa Bush line. That's the sort of exit that we're looking for. It's a great exit, West Coast. There's Henry Wilson here, looking to throw into the line out. McLean just standing there at the moment, just coming in. Referee's told McLean, in there you go, mate. Bit of a discussion at the back of the line out. Wilson goes to McLean. It's a steal there at the front of the line out from Ethan Simpson. He's having a really good game, Ethan Simpson. Wairarapa Bush have also knocked that ball on. And it's a nice run. That could be Stephen Soper there for West Coast, close to the ruck. And there's the big lock, Libazet, with another couple of metres. West Coast just taking their time here. And that's Jackman. That's another strong run from Jackman, the blind side. And that, the first 5 there. It's a nice, looking at the Joseph Scott. It's good defence from Wairarapa. Oh, Joseph Scott spins out of 2 tackles. Nice, Ferguson in there quickly. Ferguson there goes to the left, and that's just Soper out to Jackman. But it's an intercept there from McLean.
Through McLean. He'll be loving that. He doesn't see many of those stats, does he?
And Inia Katia spots the space with a beautiful box kick there. That's great from Inia Katia. The Fords will be thanking him for that. Jacob Lowe back there, looking to take on Solly Malatai. Beats him one-on-one. Jacob Lowe, but Inia Katia Lowe makes a nice tackle there. Wairarapa Bush. They throw that back to Stanton. Stanton gets a huge hit put on him there in the midfield. Wairarapa Bush looked to be offside there. I know the referee said it was a counter ruck. And West Coast just cleaning that up, but Wairarapa Bush all over the ball. Yep. And West Coast get the penalty.
Yeah, fair enough too. Really interesting how the tide has turned in the last sort of 10 minutes of this game, with 30 seconds out from half time at this point. And based on where that kick was before, this is a crucial kick for West Coast as they look to really put Wairarapa Bush again on that back foot. And it's not the greatest.
No, I think they should almost give those to Jacob Lowe. He's and also Elliott Smith. He's put in a couple of huge, but this is an injury change here. This is a Johan van Vliet, the Wairarapa Bush captain's coming off, and I would say that's Matt Perry.
Johan's an 80-minute man, so
100%.
Yeah, that's very much something serious happening.
He's a tough man too. Doesn't come off much, does Yowie?
Represented his province, 51st game today.
Nice.
And also represented the Netherlands. Actually, he's played overseas.
As Trent Lawn goes in to Libazet, nice line out there, out to Scott, and it's an outside ball. Oh no, that was a genuine shot and intercept, that one. So that one probably just going to be a penalty.
Double blow on the whistle.
Oh, he's called a yellow. See, that's the inconsistency that's a problem, right? So last week there was a deliberate one that was missed by the ref. That one there was a genuine intercept chance.
Yep.
And he calls that a yellow. If you watch this on the replay here, we'll see what we mean. This was a genuine opportunity and intercept. This was not a slap down at all.
No,
it's actually a really poor decision from the referee.
There's no malice in this. He's gone for the intercept. Palms up, looking to catch the ball.
Oh, well, he's made the call. So 10 minutes in the bin there for Ueta Tufunga. So Wairarapa Bush just have to live with that. But I'm really impressed with number 14 here. Wonder why he's not taking the clearing kicks from penalties too. Jacob Lowe. The way he hit that first conversion was magnificent. So let's see how Jacob goes here. This is about 51 metres out from the goalposts. It's a huge kick here. There's no wind at home though, for everyone at home. So let's see how he goes. Taking his time, Jacob Lowe. Comes in, strikes it really well. Just fallen under the goalpost there. Solly Malatai just needs to clear this and puts it out, and that's half time there, BG.
Yeah, half time. And what a half. 16-7. There's still not a lot between these two teams. You would have expected, with the amount of possession, certainly that first probably 25 minutes, Ferries wanted up a bush to be up by a little bit more. West Coast, a really poor start from them, but they have built themselves back into the game, rejigged, got their composure sorted, and this is going to be a really interesting second half. It was 15-7, you may remember, last week, wanted up a bush over Mid Canterbury, and there was a very, very different second 40. So, yeah. Who knows what's going to happen? Plenty of time to go to the toilet, put the jug on if you're watching at home, or grab a hot dog if you're at the ground. If someone would like to bring us a hot dog, we will certainly be open to destroying that, or disposing of that in a very lovely manner.
It was a really good start from Wairarapa Bush, and West Coast just built themselves back nicely there in the second part of the first half. I was really, really impressed with the Lewis Bush try. Yeah, standing out on the wing, the big fella.
Outstanding.
Big crunching run, and then Vessi Luatua with the rolling maul, scoring the tries for Wairarapa Bush. And then Jackman making up for his yellow card, came back on and has made 3 or 4 really good runs and then crashed over for the try.
Yeah, so Wairarapa Bush will probably have the first 7.5 minutes of the second half with 14 men after that yellow card, which is it's going to make a big difference, I think, because you can imagine the chat in the West Coast sheds. Get the basics right. Play end to end. Look for the corners. I mean, we saw that kick before that went sort of 5 metres into the Wairarapa Bush 22.
Yep.
That resulted in a West Coast try.
Yeah,
and that's exactly the tactics they need to be looking at in the second half.
And with both these big forward packs, it's such a nice feeling when you've got some smart outside backs or smart inside backs, anyone in the backs really, who put you down inside those areas, keep you in those positions. It just doesn't sap you. Just doesn't sap your legs,
No, Stanton seems to have recovered from whatever was going on with his ankle or his calf. There was a little bit of a limp earlier on in the game.
Yep.
And he's a very, very key player.
He's playing well at 12, and Scott's going really well at first 5. I'm really impressed with Joseph Scott. He's a really nice player. Ferguson also has had some really good impact on the game. I feel going really well. It was.
Getting a cameraman coming up here has actually been some quite a few comments actually talking about the camera angles and everything and how fantastic they are.
Nice.
It's some really quick sequences of play.
There has.
Yeah, there have. And Ngāti Porou East Coast here at Memorial Park, so not an easy finish to the season.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great? And I'd like to see, I don't know if we'll get to level 1 in that time, but you can come, everybody at home. But if we could play East Coast here, you get to see Ma Nonu and Jose Gear possibly.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Ma Nonu is looking in magnificent condition. That guy's built unbelievably. Muscles on top of muscles, and he's still playing professional rugby, Ma Nonu.
Oh, it's that well-maintained Cadillac from a few years ago that you just haven't had out of the shed for a while, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to go down as a great All Black these days. He won 2 World Cups, Ma Nonu.
Yeah.
2011 and 2015, he was part of that amazing team.
And he's played a little bit of rugby everywhere, isn't he?
Yep.
France, Japan.
America.
Yep. The All Blacks due to play there next week. 10 o'clock on Sunday morning of the long weekend, which is quite handy. Yeah. So I promised my wife eggs Benny,
Nice.
which will be produced before 9:30. When you consume it, it's up to you. From 9:30, I'm watching the build-up of the game.
That's in Washington, isn't it, that game?
Yes, it is. Yep.
That'll be interesting from the All Blacks. I think they'll play a young side. I think you'll see a lot of the guys who haven't had much game time mixed in with maybe even a Josh Lord debut. I think Mwanga will probably start at first five because he obviously hasn't had much rugby. Sam Whitelock will probably start at lock because he's had the last 6-7 weeks off.
You think we'll see Dane Coles get a run?
Yeah, I do. Yep, I do. I think Dane Coles will come off the bench. And I'd like to see Offa Tuangafasi also getting a run there at tight head prop. I'd like to see Ethan de Groot, the big Southland loose head prop. Yep, love to see him getting a run in there too. And
I'd like to see Ethan Blackadder start at 8.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. How good did Ethan play in the championship?
Just amazing.
Gosh, he was outstanding.
And I love watching Jacobson play, but when Blackadder came back, when Jacobson came back from that upset tummy, I was kind of like, oh, bugger. I was kind of hoping that, I'd love to see Blackadder again.
Yep. And and Quinn Tupaia too. He came on and got that penalty in the win against the Box.
Correct.
I really like Quinn Tupaia. He's a really good product out of Hamilton. I'm excited. Hopefully he gets a start. And Braden Eno is making his way back from injury, so he might get a bit of a start too.
Oh, look, loving Heartland Rugby, and a bit of a shout out to the Grey Valley Rugby Club. There was a few years ago we were down at Tukarangi when I was coaching the local Maris team, and I'd heard a bit of a story. And, because with club rugby and Heartland Rugby, there's always a good yarn. And they'd taken a team down to Tukarangi to the West Coast, and they were leaving early the next, I think it was the Sunday morning.
Yep.
And there was a player that didn't quite make the bus. So he actually spent the rest of the season working on a farm and playing rugby for the Grey Valley Rugby Club. And I made that comment in my speech at the Tukarangi Rugby Club in Puranoa, and the player had just arrived back from the West Coast.
Fantastic.
And I just went,
it's awesome.
It doesn't get much better than this, right? Single guy, going away, misses his transport, and then
I'll stay?
I might as well stay. You've got a job for me? Yep, no worries, pal. So away he went. I just thought, that is classic New Zealand footy.
That's gold.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Absolutely gold.
Yeah. No, it's a really good. I know we talked about Woodham Shield Rugby briefly last week, Tony, but no, it's a really, really good place to go down and spend a bit of time if you get the chance. Hokitika, the gorge is just stunning. The White Heron Sanctuary, Purukaiki as well. That's been certainly developed over the years.
I've been to the Wild Food Festival.
Oh, mate.
Down there.
Mate, Cass Square.
Oh,
brilliant place to go.
It's pretty cool. And they've also got a walkway above the trees.
Yes, they do. Yep, it's definitely well worth doing as well.
It's very cool down there.
In fact, one of the best steaks I ever had was at the World Heritage Hotel in Haast. So Haast to Karamea, which is pretty much the entire West Coast, is actually the same distance between Wellington and Auckland.
Really?
Just not as obviously populated.
Yeah. Interesting fact.
So a lovely drive too if you get the chance over the Christmas holidays or whatever to head away and you're going south. Make sure you stop into a few of those places. Fox and Franz Joseph and drop in, get a pie. And
amazing part of the world.
Whataroa, Kumara. It's a wonderful hotel in Kumara. They host the races every year, the Gold Nuggets, which is really good. Amazing day out. Absolutely amazing. So,
speaking of steaks, I've been lucky enough to spend some time in Argentina, and
no more.
Do they have some amazing?
Well, that's a side of beef. It's not a steak, is it?
They love their meat over there. It's not often I can leave a country and think I'm just wanting vegetables because I just ate meat non-stop for a week.
Yeah, when you start sweating gravy, it's
lovely people. And enjoyed the Argentinians. Very expressive.
Brilliant. I think we had 3 players from here that were selected for the Heartland Tour that went over to Argentina. Nathan Ruai Couch, Paddy Rimini. I can't remember who the third one was. Pretty sure it was a forward.
I can't.
Probably Joe Harwood, actually.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, Joe might have been captain of that team.
He might well have been.
I think, from memory.
I'm sure Joey will correct us if not.
Yep.
But no, the second half set to resume. West Coast with the kickoff this time.
Joseph Scott.
16-7.
Kicks it now deep down there to Gammy, who takes the ball. And Gammy just, as always, hand up, powering into the defence there. Wairarapa Bush, Bracewell in there to BJ Campbell. BJ Campbell hitting it up. That's 2 hit-ups out of there, 22, Wairarapa Bush. Just trying to get good position there for their kicker. Bracewell finds Hyra. Hyra gets reasonable connection there, but it's straight down the middle of the field. Taulua there for West Coast. He's got the ball there just on halfway. Out to Jacob Lowe. Jacob Lowe beats the first tackle. Jacob Lowe beats the second tackle. Beats the third. Really good run from Jacob Lowe. West Coast starting really well here early. And that goes out to Stephen Soper, the Grey Valley captain. And that pops it off there to Ethan Simpson. He's had a really good game as Ethan. He's got a really high work rate out to Ferguson. Ferguson out there to hook out Lawn. Lawn with the Trent Lawn. Oh, it's not a great pass from Trent. But it's well cleaned up there from the fullback, Tailua. Tailua there coming right across to Elliot Smith. Elliot Smith onto the left foot. That's a great option from Elliot. Just puts it deep down there into that, and it's going to roll out. And it's just a touch too deep there as Sam Morrison touches it down in the end goal.
I just had a text from a good mate of mine. He said, loving the commentary, mate. Just a wee anecdote. Jacob Lowe played against West Coast earlier this season and was a try scorer for his New Zealand Maris Colt side that day as they got up over West Coast.
Not good spotting, West Coast.
Thank you. Thanks. Of course, Jerry Mapasua was a New Zealand Maris Colt this year, also played in that side. So
nice.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's great. Get those messages in and we can get them out here and let everyone know. He's having a great game as Jacob. As Tippy Hyra there does the dropout. And it comes right back down there to Scott. Scott comes infield to Tailua. Tailua goes across there to halfback Ferguson, who goes to, that's the big number 8, Takana. Takana smashing it into the defence. Good strong run there from the big number 8. Ferguson in there digging. Out to the first 5, Scott, who finds the big lock, Ethan Simpson. Ethan Simpson there, hitting it up strongly in the midfield. And once again, always looking for work. And the referee has no choice there but to give a penalty. Even if it was milked from Ferguson, it was smart. The referee doesn't have a choice because it stopped the play, and the Warwick Bush man shouldn't have been there. So
quite right. Milked or not, Fonterra had a good payout earlier this year, mate. So, so you might as well enjoy it while you can.
As the referee points to the post there, and look, I'd say Jacob Lowe will step up here again. He's kicking brilliantly. The one that missed from 51 metres only just fell right underneath the upright in the first half. As Jacob lines this up here, about 32 metres out right in front of the posts.
All right, so a couple of changes coming up here for West Coast, jersey 19 and 21. That'll be Jason Van Vliet and also Jamie Garland set to take the field. After this penalty, I think they're a little eager there. You can't actually go on the field.
Is that Joseph Scott coming off the first 5? Unfortunately, no, he's just putting ice on.
He's still got a bit of a limp, doesn't he?
He does. West Coast don't want to lose him. As Jacob Lowe lines this one up, it is right in front of the posts here. The way this young man's been kicking, this will be should be an easy one. Jacob Lowe hits it.
Very little breeze out there.
Beautiful kick. Straight between uprights there for Jacob.
Right, it is a 16-10 ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The Farriers won it up a Bush, just leading by 6. That is going to be a very, very interesting second half with 3.5 gone.
The changes are interesting. Captain Stephen Soper's come off there for Van Vliet, and they have Scott, the first 5, has come off. That's actually a really, really big change. So who came on for Scott, did you say? What number was that?
Jamie Garland, jersey 21.
Jamie Garland. So it'll be interesting to see whether Jamie goes into first 5. As Mo'o Falanico here looks to kick off. It's another huge boot there from Mo'o Falanico, giving Warwick Bush plenty of time. Libazette there, though, takes it beautifully. And Ferguson in there. Warwick Bush look a little bit offside there. Tailua passes it across. Oh, charge down. Oh, no. Cartier just knocks it on. Ooh, that was a close one.
Oh, very, very close. Bring out the belt grip. No, it was unlucky for Idia Cartier, and he would have been in. There's no stopping him there. No one in front of him.
And that may have been Garland. His first touch was charged down. I'm just trying to see who the players are, but I think that might have been Jamie Garland standing back there behind the scrum. Yeah, it was. It was Jamie Garland. So here's a Wairarapa Bush will probably look to try and put a bit of heat on the scrum early. It's a tough position for West Coast here, about 5 metres out from their own line, to about 6 metres to the right of the, well, as West Coast look at it, to the left of the post. And just a reset there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what these scrums look like at the sort of 70, 75 minute mark.
Yeah, well,
when the heat and the fatigue really sets into these guys. That's why we've got so many in the grandstand. It's just so much cooler today.
Yep.
You know, if we were playing this game 4 or 5 weeks ago, they'd be rugged up.
Yep. It's a good scrum. Good hit there from West Coast. Lovely scrum. There's Ferguson there.
Yeah, right thing to do.
Yep.
Don't worry about distance, just get it out.
So big Dominic Hurley has come on here. So he looks like he's come on for Vesi Luatua. And there he goes, Dominic Hurley straight in there. Sam Gammy straight through the line out there, making some yards, and Bracewell in there. It pops up to Jerry Mapasua, first receiver, BJ Campbell and Hurley over there. Nice blowout. More Falanico looking for work, coming in off his wing, making a couple of metres. That's a really aggressive blowout there from Matt Perry, but not quite. It's really strong there. That's from number 8, Takana. And it looks like the blindside flanker, Jackman. Since his yellow card, he's made a real impact, this Jackman.
Some wonderful comments coming through on the Facebook, so thank you. Keep those coming through. And certainly, if you're a coastie, then it's great seeing those comments come through and that support, which is absolutely fantastic.
As Trent Lawn here looks to throw into the line out. It's got Ethan Simpson and Libazette, a couple of really good options there in the line out. Ethan Simpson back down there at number 6. They
they've gone short.
Dominic Hurley getting in there, but West Coast still get it back. And it's Elliott Smith there coming back on the inside run there. With nice from West Coast. Oh, he's got advantage there to West Coast. Said the Warwick Bush had hands. And there's Stanton.
Oh, it's a lovely kick, actually, into quite a bit of space. But no, the referee says, no, we're going to come back. And we will play that penalty.
So 16 points to 10. 47 minutes gone. This half's been played in the middle of the field. No one's really got the dominance yet. They're just sort of back and forth.
Gotta love a good arm wrestle.
Yeah. Really like your point though, BG. This heat is going to take its toll. Well, it'll be really interesting to see what this game looks like.
Yeah, some big boys in both sides, but I just think that might favour the Wairarapa Bush side a little bit more.
Oh, Tai Lua missed touch, but then Soli Malatai. No. Has knocked it on. It looked pretty clear.
Yeah.
But no referee made the call. So Soli Malatai unfortunately knocks that on, and it's a bad one.
Huge opportunity now for West Coast. They will look to very much capitalise on this. I would expect that you expect a huge shunt from their scrum. The tight 5 will be having a quick word as they walk in there going, this one's ours, boys.
Absolutely. The key here for Warwick Bush, if they're going to try and put a shunt on there, back on West Coast, will be to try and push straight. Otherwise, it will promote the number 8, Takana, and you wouldn't want to give him an extra angle here because he looks very, very strong.
Yeah, Takana, Ferguson and Scott, I would imagine, will link up here. Although the winger, look at that winger. It is Jacob Lowe in a perfect position to look for an inside ball.
As Ferguson there puts it in. It's a good scrum. They're trying to keep it in a little bit there. It's gone nowhere. Yeah, it's just twisted. There's no dominance there from anybody. So the referee will reset. So we've got Ferguson there. We've got Garland at first 5 now, number 21. Stanton's still at second 5. And looks like Uweta Tufanga has come back on, the yellow card for Wairarapa Bush. So how many points have they got since Uweta's been off?
3.
Just 3 points. So it hasn't been too much of a hit there for Wairarapa Bush. There's West Coast here in a really nice attacking position. 6 metres out from the goal line, on the 5 metres from the touch line. Ferguson puts it in, comes straight back. It's Garland. Garland going into the line to Stanton. Stanton, Uweta Tufanga's all over him. Smith with a wide ball there to Muir. We'll see it. It's a nice tackle there from Wairarapa Bush. But then they've got a nice couple of pods there set up. And there's the big man Jackman again powering into the defence. Ethan Simpson there with the blowout. And there's Ferguson in there quickly. Libazette. And there's doubling round there. Oh, that's Elliott Smith. That's a huge run from Elliott. And there's a man down. And the referee hasn't seen that. Wairarapa Bush, yeah.
He's not good.
That was a huge run from the big centre, Smith. And the Wairarapa Bush player's gone down and he's not well. There's a big head knock there. Can you see who that is there, BG?
Not quite, actually, Tony. I'm not 100% sure.
It was a really strong run. Really strong run straight over the top.
Certainly quite a bit of concern around who that player is. Both teams' physios are going over and medics and having a bit of a look.
Looks like Joe Taco is coming on the field there. Could probably mean that it's a loose forward. Anyway, we will wait and see who that is. So it's 16 points to 10 here. 49 and a half minutes gone. And West Coast have got the penalty here on about the 22. So they're just starting to get some momentum there in the last couple of minutes, BG.
So just talking earlier about the West Coast, you've spent a little bit of time down there, Tony. Obviously, Wild Foods Festival. Favourite part of the coast?
Yeah, I think it probably for me it has been Hokitika because we actually spent some time there as well. Just stayed there for a couple of days, and I just really enjoyed the people. Just really friendly. When we did a bit of a drive up as well, they were just really friendly people. Every cafe, every pub we went into, people wanted to chat to you.
Soul of the earth, mate.
Just really friendly people, hey? They were just wanting to have a chat. And
Bit of a shout out to Blanchfield's Bakery in Greymouth, home of the potato swirl. It is the ultimate combination of potato, pastry, and whatever special ingredients outside of love they put into it.
yeah,
They do an amazing job. That was my go-to almost every day. One swirl, one banana milk, and one sausage roll. There's no reason to expect the size I am today because of that. But you know, back when you could eat whatever you wanted, it didn't matter. So yeah.
Those days are gone.
Those days are long gone. But I tell you what, if Chris, if you're listening, and you could ship a box up to More FM Wairarapa, it would be very, very greatly received. You know how much I love your potato swirls.
I think that might be Jerry Mapasua.
Yeah, look, he's getting quite a bit of attention out there, and that's a huge loss for the front row of the Ferries Wairarapa Bush. The last few weeks, he's been playing an exceptional game of rugby. He was the Maris Colt we mentioned earlier for the Wairarapa Bush side, low for the West Coast side, and a lovely comment coming through from Jacob's mother, Crystal. A proud mama moment.
Nice.
Beautiful stuff. So
Nice.
Great to see. Crystal, welcome to the live stream. I hope you're certainly enjoying this match. Just pause at the moment. 49 and a half almost minutes gone. 16-10 the Ferries Wairarapa Bush lead over West Coast.
The player that is coming on there for Wairarapa Bush will be Tupo, and Tupo Lealamanu, and he had a big season last year for Wairarapa Bush. He's a very, very strong runner with the ball. He's just come back from an ankle injury, so we'll see how that.
Yeah, very strong player out of the Cardigan Club.
Yep, plays prop and number 8. That's not so good for Big Jerry there, who's had an amazing game.
No, not a sight you want to see from any player leaving the field.
Nice applause there from the crowd. None of us want to see that in footy.
Bit of an update. Thank you, Tiffany. Ngāti Porou East Coast 38, Buller 12 at the moment.
Woo!
So, going to give us a bit of a heads up on Nonu's setup or try scoring opportunities there. You let us know. I'm not even sure whether he's on the field yet.
As West Coast here making their decision. And they decided to go, nice aggressive play from West Coast. Tailua has decided to go for the corner. So they're going to go for the line out. Doesn't quite get as much distance as he'd like or as much angle. So West Coast there are going to be about 12 metres out from the Wairarapa Bush line, the line out, with Trent Lawn to throw the ball into the line out. Wouldn't mind betting it's going to big Ethan Simpson. He's winning a lot of line out ball today. He's got a really high work rate. Trent Lawn there. Taking his time. There it goes. No, it's going down the back there. Libazette takes that ball down. It's nice from Wairarapa Bush. The West Coast get a second shunt on there. Yep. McLean couldn't quite get out, so it's an advantage there for West Coast. West Coast keeping the ball in. It's at the back of the maul there. Let's have a look. That's who's got it. Trent Lawn there at the back. He's got it. Trent Lawn looking very good. Still there. And here's Stanton. We've got the backs coming in. West Coast looking really, really good here. They've cleared it out. Ferguson sees a bit of a gap. Ferguson, try time. Try time for the halfback there, Jared Ferguson for West Coast.
It's a 1-point ball game, ladies and gentlemen, with a kick to come, and not an easy kick either, by the way. But wow, we are 50 minutes gone, and we have got 1 point in it. I certainly hope, Tony, we are not seeing a repeat of last week's match.
No, I hope not either. It's that was nice play from West Coast, though. Really impressed, and I really like Ferguson. He just took his time there. Nothing was a stress. He waited for the Wairarapa Bush people to be sucked in, took the ball, gone.
Yep. You do what you need to do. Have been pretty exciting to watch, actually, to be fair, throughout this Heartland competition. Isaac Bracelet's been playing really well for the Ferries Wairarapa Bush, and likewise Ferguson for West Coast.
And here's Jacob Lowe again with the kick from the sideline. He's already got one from the sideline today. I wouldn't put it past this young fella at all.
Yeah, Crystal, Mum, I'm sure you're yelling at the TV or your phone if you're watching it on Facebook right about now.
So let's see. He lines this one up. It's taking his time. Comes in. Strikes it.
It's kicked it out to the right, hoping it's going to curve in.
And it almost does, but just pushes it to the right of the post. So Wairarapa Bush keep the lead there. 16 points to 15. 52 minutes gone.
It's interesting, 2 kicks from similar positions last week had the same result. They'd gone out to the right, looking to curve in, but neither of them did. And the breeze is actually slightly less than last week, I would have said.
Yes, absolutely agree. Orfalanico here to kick off from halfway. Gets massive height again there. Who's under it for a West Coast? Big Libers there. He didn't quite get that one, though. And there's Tupou. He's a very strong man. Watch for him in the next 20 minutes of play. He's got a huge work rate as Bracewell digs in there to Hyra. Inside ball to Bush. Good tackle from Stanton. He just bounces out of that and bounces out of the tackle from Takana Jackman as well. So then Bracewell there in there digging. Then it goes out to Wilson, who finds Hurley. Good strong from Big Dom. And there's the ball there to Gammy. Gammy on the unders line there. It's a good run, and Bush in there to do the blowout. And there it is, good retention. There's Henry Wilson in there again, going forward. A good setup there from Wairarapa Bush. That one's a slow ball though, but there's Big Joe Tucko, who's now on for Wairarapa Bush. He's another very strong runner as Joe, playing in Palmerston North this year. And there's another strong run there from Wairarapa Bush. And there's Lewis Bush again. That's another 3, 4, 5 metres for Lewis Bush.
Carry, would you?
Wairarapa Bush looking really good. Tupou there. Picks up the ball. Tupou close to the line. And, he's ruled knock on there.
Oh, well, great passage of play from the Ferries Wairarapa Bush, obviously apart from that knock on. But nonetheless, doing what they need to do, keeping it in the forwards. Truck is generally that call. Or pigs they use as well, but it's nice, right, just dragging in. And the idea behind all of that is that obviously you suck in the defence and look to create holes. And they did that. They did exactly that, but just tripping over at the last hurdle there.
And that was Tupou's. I think it might be a second or third touch already. You'll see him with the ball in hand. If Wairarapa Bush get a chance, you'll see him a lot, BG. And he'll often predominantly beat the first player. He just has an ability to do that. As West Coast put the ball in here, looking to clear the ball from their own line. Scrums just got a bit messy there. Big Dan Ford gets up, has a chat to the ref. He's going well. He's a big man, Dan Ford, and he's still going strong, getting around the field well.
I wish they'd weighed him before and after the game to see what that heat's going to do to him, Paul Baker.
Yeah. He gets around well for a big fella.
Yeah, he certainly does. So it's potato swirls from Blanchfield's Bakery, mate. That's what that is.
As Ferguson here putting the ball in for West Coast. It's a good hit from West Coast that time. No, referee's had enough there. He said that
scrum penalty.
That Bush couldn't hold his feet. I'm not sure I agree with that, but we'll just go with that one. West Coast get a nice relieving penalty there, 5 metres out. That's a really good feeling for a team. Being able to get a penalty from there is Taulua. Looks to do the clearing kick. Gets good distance there and puts it up to about 40 metres out from the West Coast line. It was those relieving penalties are gold, BG.
Oh, absolutely. Not only does it give you big boys a break, they can quite easily, as you can see now, walk to the line out.
And this is a change here for West Coast as Troy Taufari coming on there for Trent Lawn, the plumber from West Coast. Always a bit of a shout out for the plumbers.
Absolutely.
Troy's very experienced there. I know he's captained West Coast before also. But Trent Lawn, shout out to you, mate. You had a real good game, buddy.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Plummer is always good at rugby, mate, because always give it a crack.
As Garland there finds Smith punching through the line.
West Coast starting to really put some faces together now. They're looking a lot better than they were in that first sort of 20, 30 minutes.
Big Dan Ford with the hit up, BG.
Look at that.
Oh, but what's happened there? Looks like West Coast have, not releasing. So someone in there from Wairarapa Bush, it looks like it might have been Katia in there getting the penalty for Wairarapa Bush.
Yeah, he's always quick to the ball. It's great to see the referee this week too.
Oh no, it was
clear signals.
It was Tapo, the big man, number 17. We've talked about him already. There he is. He's having a big impact already. And there's Tipi Hira there. They're not going for the posts. He's going for the line out. Puts it out just outside the 22.
There was some discussion on that last week with the option taking. Should we have done this? Should we have done that? It's all good to do that in hindsight. But, yeah, it's a, when you're on the field and you can a bit more of a sense of play, you've got to make that call.
Yep.
And now that Johan is, of course, on the sideline as the captain, I just wonder who is taking over the captaincy.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure. That's another nice take from McLean. Oh, but he's ruled truck and trailer. Hey. But that was McLean's line out number 6. Line out win. Yes. Let's have a look at this. As it goes up here, McLean takes it really strongly. And he's ruled it to Poe. Got in front of the ball. No, was it? Because there's to Poe there. So who's the man in behind? Oh, well, he's ruled that the Wairarapa Bush player got between the West Coast and Wairarapa Bush there in the line out.
Lewis Bush just to get a little bit of attention there.
It's a good time to get some water on their team for both sides. West Coast, you need to get some water on there too. Where are you, mate? Get in there. Those big boys are working hard.
One bottle, I don't think.
Yeah, no, it's not on, mate. You need to be a bit quicker. The backs are out there having a drink. Forwards are just rolling up. Bring it on. Troy Taufari in there just wants to get into the scrum. Fucking keen as. So it's a West Coast scrum here for the accidental offside. And just outside their 22, so they won't be able to kick this out on the full because it'll be ruled taken back if they were to. So they might look to just bang this down the middle of the field and put a strong defensive line in. Garland, looks like Garland's a left footer, the way he's set up, the replacement first 5. Just scrums have just gone a bit funny in the last 5 minutes. It just means, just a few replacements and they're just trying to settle. And
the referee will be saying, remember what we talked about with that pre-match discussion? Yeah, well,
that's exactly what it'll be.
This is what I'm looking for. Let's get these right.
So Sam Gammy's gone onto the blindside flank and Joe Tucker's gone to number 8 for Wairarapa Bush. That's a better hit from West Coast.
Good solid scrum from the Coasties. We're looking to get that out quickly.
It's
Breaks
gone sideways though.
There you go. No, oh, terrible knock on. But it's a penalty.
Oh, really don't. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't mind Wairarapa Bush asking the question there because that's actually, unfortunately, Mr. Referee, it's really poor decision. I don't want to go too much into the mechanics of scrummaging there, but it was just went completely sideways and the tight head prop for Wairarapa Bush was pushing forward. Big Dan Ford was pushing on the angle and he gives it to West Coast. So it's just a bit of a lack of knowledge there from the referee. But let's move on from that. So it's a really good attacking position here for West Coast. Troy Taufari to throw the ball into the line out here. Nice throw, right on the mark there. That was Big Ethan again. He's having a great game. And there's Takana smashing it up in the midfield. Wairarapa Bush being ruled offside there. And there's some quick ball there. Then there's the replacement there, Jason Van Vliet for West Coast, getting his hands on the ball. And there's Garland. Garland with his left boot, kicks it over the top of Sully Malatai, and it's out on the full. But referees got the advantage there for offside. It's another penalty. So the penalty count is definitely evened up.
It's a bit of an update on the Ngāti Porou East Coast, 43-12, 20 minutes to go. Nono and Jose Gear both on the paddock.
Fantastic. That is great. That is great. I bet the crowd's loving that. I'm actually not sure who's the so they've taken Troy Tafati. Looks like he might have taken over the captaincy there because he's having a big discussion. He's pointed to the posts. And Jacob again. Jacob Lowe steps up. Keen as. He wants to give me that ball. It's 16 points to 15 to Wairarapa Bush. So looking to put West Coast in the lead for the first time today. With about 20 minutes to go in the game. So this kick here is about 40 on the angle, 47 metres on the angle.
Yeah, it's a big kick, but we know the Shanghai can do it, and that's the thing. He's got every opportunity to, take the time, settle down, have a look at what the wind's doing again. We know that it swung a little bit too much to the right last time, so it's that. It almost aimed actually for the left upright, just inside it, and it will sail over the black dot.
Yep.
The wind's not playing too much of a factor here today, but
he hits them sweetly. Is it on?
Well.
Unfortunately, he's just pushed it there. He just strikes it so nicely, though, doesn't he, young man?
For the Coasties there, actually. 19 and a half minutes to go in this match, and it's 16-15, anyone's game. The Farriers Wairarapa Bush with a 1-point lead over West Coast.
Wairarapa Bush just need to get back to some basics here and just get some really strong running going when they're hitting their phases and start to play a little bit more territory. As he kicks it down there to the fullback, Tailua. Tailua there to big Ethan Simpson, who skips, and there goes to Stanton. Stanton there with a skip-out ball. And that's Libazet who hits the ball up. And there's Stanton over the ball there. Ferguson in. That's Jackman. Another strong run. I know that's Takana. They look similar, those two. That's Garland. Nice little kick through. Here comes Jacob Lowe flying. Oh, Jacob Lowe. That ball had him bounced up. Jacob was in.
Look, it's come off of one Wairarapa Bush player too. Is the assistant referee's gone, yeah, look, it's West Coast ball. Great attacking position now here for the Coasties. Love that kick.
Lovely from Garland. Lovely nudge.
Beautiful.
And there's some good communication there because Jacob Lowe read that really nicely. That's a really good attacking opportunity here.
He's got some strong wheels, that boy, isn't he?
West Coast's last try came from the halfback, but it was from a very strong maul. So Troy Tafari there goes down the back of the line out. Libazet takes a beautiful line out there right at the back. West Coast looking to set Troy Tafari at the back. Back of that maul, just very experienced, just taking his time, saying, get in there, boys. There goes Daniel Davis, the tight head prop there. He's getting back. Look, this is very well set there from West Coast. They're just working through, taking their time. Ferguson's in there. Got the halfback, got his hands on the ball. Wairarapa Bush might have come through there. That's Joe Taco. Yes, Joe Taco created the turnover. So Ferguson got in there on the ball, and then big Joe Taco for Wairarapa Bush just wraps his big mitts around and gets the turnover for Wairarapa Bush. That could be vital, BG.
Yeah, look, this is a pivotal moment in the game. There's no doubt about it. This is one of those ones where you've got to settle down. You've got to go, right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of the red zone and get us back into at least an attacking opportunity going forward. And Wairarapa Bush really haven't had the chance to play with the ball the last wee while.
No.
It's all West Coast at the moment.
They certainly haven't. So this will be interesting to see here, West Coast. See whether they want to return fire here at scrum time. But they've had the last two penalties, which I think have been iffy to say the least. But let's see. Big Dan Ford there coming through on the angle. And Joe Taco picks up to Inia Katia, pops it off. The ball's bounced out there, West Coast. West Coast have got it. West Coast here in a really good attacking. Troy Tafari pops it up there to Jackman. Jackman gets hit back there by Inia Katia. Bit of a counter-ruck there by Katia. West Coast there getting back on the ball there. The fullback there, Tyler. To Big Dan Ford. To Ethan Simpson. Oh, that's a Solly Malatai there. Comes in for the big hit, but it just is knock on. So they're playing on there. Tolo, the fullback.
There's no with the tackle.
It looks like there's no advantage there, so he's going to come back for the scrum there to West Coast. That will be about 23 metres out.
Yeah. 26 to go. Sorry, no, pardon me. Let's do the maths. Let's try that again. 16, 17 minutes to go in this match here. The Ferries Wairarapa Bush. The players won't want to hear that either due to the heat out there.
Absolutely. Jackman and Takana, the 6 and the 8 for
They've
West
played
Coast.
well, haven't they?
Just really big, strong men that really love rolling their sleeves up.
Yeah, and
just hitting, punching.
It's great to see. Actually, to be fair, for all those that are rolling their sleeves up today, it is Super Saturday, and the Vaxathon is on at the moment.
The Vaxathon.
Yep. Thank you, obviously, to all of our nurses and all of our volunteers for putting their hands up to go and take part in this today. Much appreciated. If you haven't had your vaccination yet,
can you get free KFC with that? PG with that vaccination?
Well, I don't need free KFC, mate.
As Ferguson there at the back of the scrum, and he clears there out to Garland. Garland there to Stanton. Stanton with the short ball to Tailua.
Oh, that's a great
Oh,
ball.
and he's ruled it snipped. Fine. Try time.
It's a great ball. It's a great run. And West Coast have taken the lead
Beautiful.
in this match.
Oh, hang on. Referee's going to ask the touchies.
No. Oh, the drama.
Hang on. Hold the phone.
Chris
Hold
Jeffries
the phone.
is not in a hurry.
We can't go upstairs, team.
Don't try.
It
try, it's been ruled.
Yeah, it was forward by about 1.5 meters, as
Yep.
we can see on the replay here.
But great line, great ball.
Yeah, it
and
was.
Great initiative.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what West Coast are needing in this second half. And it just seems that they're playing with that little bit more flair.
Yeah, I have to say that was actually really good refereeing. He didn't stress. He just took his time. He wasn't in good position.
Yep.
Asked the touchies. I like that. I like that a lot. As it's a Wairarapa Bush scrum here on the 22. So Wairarapa Bush still in front here, 16 points to 15. And we've got 14 and a half minutes to go. So Wairarapa Bush just need to get out of their territory here.
Oh, look, it's still anyone's ball game here.
Definitely.
Anything could happen with this. It's just a case of, I think the team with the best composure is going to win this match now.
Yep. As Bracewell there looking to put the ball in.
Wairarapa Bush looking to milk a scrum penalty out of that, but
Yep.
it's certainly not coming.
Referee's probably not too sure what's happening at this stage. Having a chat to Henry Wilson and to Troy Tafari. Troy Tafari's played plenty of games.
Yeah, so quite often what you find is the referee will be in a sort of similar position, ball entry to the halfback, unless he's concerned something's going wrong on the opposite side, at which point, like in this case, he'll switch sides and just have a look at the opposite props.
Yep. So it's a good hit there, is it? Let's have a look. Yep. West Coast there once again just screwing it straight around. And he's given, oh my lord, he's given the penalty to West Coast. That is horrible. Sorry, BG, but that's horrible refereeing from the young man. I'm sorry, I very much like scrummaging. I was a prop myself. I'm
not quite
look
sure.
Look at the angle there from Dan Ford, just screwing it round, just blatantly bum popping out. It's just as blatant as you get. It's just unfortunately really poor from the referee. He'll learn from it, the young man, though. But it's given West Coast the penalty right in front of the post, which will give them the lead. Because Jacob won't be missing this. I won't be putting the mockers on him because he'll put this one over.
Oh, he will.
As Jacob lines it up, taking his time. He comes in. And lovely from Jacob. Good stuff. That puts West Coast in front here with 12 and a half minutes to go, and they're in front 18 points to 16.
Yeah, really disappointing that, hopefully that isn't the decision that costs Wairarapa Bush the match. But they, obviously these things you learn, I guess.
Yeah, look, it's part of it, right? These young fellas referees, they've got to go through the process too.
Yep, they're learning every game.
Yeah, of course they are.
Like some of the players are.
Yep, that's exactly right. There's no use in dwelling on it. It is what it is. Someone will have a good talk to him, his assessor, and they'll go through those processes after the game, which is always good. So Mo'ofala Nico there kicks it off really, really high. And that looks like Takana getting underneath that ball, takes it nicely there. And that's good pull for West Coast. Garland with a lovely cutout ball there. Smith, he's had a good game. Strong player. Stanton in there with the blowout. There's Ferguson in there quickly. And there's big Ethan Simpson again with another hit up. Really impressed. He's had a great game, Ethan Simpson. Ferguson in there digging. Back to Garland. Garland looking to clear, but it's going to go straight down to Big Joe Tucko. Big Joe Tucko is going to get a head of steam up. He'll be tough to stop, but Jackman's there. Oh, and he finds Solly Malatai. Solly Malatai on the outside has got some space with one to beat. Oh.
Good pass.
Oh.
Oh, that's harsh.
Oh. We'll probably get to see that one on the replay.
Yeah, the wait and forget replay will show us exactly that ball. It's disappointing.
We didn't quite get to see it.
No.
Though I consider that to be consistency, though. He called up the Tailua one, so Touch Judge Jeffries was right there. BG, we're not going to get to see it on the replay, though.
No.
That was exciting, though.
Yeah, look, this is fantastic. It's just the little bits and pieces now that need to be finished off quite well. When you've got 2 points in it and you've got 11 minutes to go, yeah. Look, it's fantastic. You can't ask for a better day. You can't ask for a better running rugby today. There's been some big hits. There's been some wonderful pods. And okay, A few of the decisions have been questionable, but
that's all part of it, though, right?
Yeah.
That's all part of it. It's nothing worth dwelling on. It's just referee's got to understand you've got to push forward first rather than straight on an angle. That's all. But
it's a wonderful kick.
It is a lovely kick from West Coast. It just depends. It's just going to go out. It might go dead. It has gone dead, so it could be a scrum back to Wairarapa Bush all the way back. So he's just overcooked that one.
Yeah, so that's a bit unfortunate for West Coast. It'll certainly put Wairarapa Bush in a much better position from an attacking point of view, and they will be looking to really, really ram something home there. 3 points will do it at this point, but it'd be nice to come away with 7.
I have really enjoyed how West Coast have come back. I know it's been on the back of a few little things, but at the end of the day, they have, they've started to play a bit more possession and they've started to get it down there. And
they needed to. The first 20 minutes, they were still on the bus.
Yep.
But nonetheless, they have really built themselves back into this game and doing it very, very well.
So this is a important period here with 10 minutes to go on the clock. Wairarapa Bush scrum about 42 metres out from their attacking line. Let's have a look here. Isaac Bracewell in there, looking to put the ball into the scrum. It's a good set there. It's a better scrum. Joe Taco picks up there to Isaac Bracewell to Sam Morrison, who puts the little nudge through. And it's
out on the full.
He's pushed it out on the full, unfortunately. So it's going to be a West Coast line out there, about 5 metres from the halfway line. And we're going to look to, we've got some replacements here.
Yeah, Taronga Tiki is on at the moment too for Henry Wilson for the Ferries Wairarapa Bush.
And Daniel Davies is coming off the tight head prop for West Coast. He's had a good game. There's Troy Tafari there looking to throw into the line out. It's a nice take in there from West Coast. As Wairarapa Bush contesting at that ruck, and it goes out to Garland. He's out to the big man, Takana, in the midfield, once again punching through. Another strong run from the big man.
It's really made a lot of meters today.
He has. Ferguson there, passing it back. I think that could be Van Vliet there, taking that hit up. Jason Van Vliet. Ferguson there, back to Garland onto his left foot. He's looking just to put them in nice position there. Lovely. Lovely play, forcing Wairarapa Bush back and keeping his big boys on the front foot. Really nice play from Garland. He's played well since he's come on. Had that first kick charge down, and then bar that, I've been really impressed with him, and he was unlucky to throw that little forward ball for the try earlier as well.
So the momentum swung back in the favour of the Coasties, and a 2-point ball game with them in the lead, 18 points to 16, and just over 8 minutes to go in this Bunnings Heartland Championship match with Wairarapa Bush to throw.
And it's just a bit of an overthrow there from Taronga Tiki. And there's powering through there again is Takana again. Another really strong run. And there's the replacement prop with his first hands on the ball there, Jesse McRae. It's a good run there. And there's Jackman smashing it up. There's Ethan Simpson again, the big man. But unfortunately, Big Ethan knocks that one on. Tippy there looks to find Solly Malatai. Solly Malatai having a bit of a look, having a go.
Oh, he's gone high there too.
But the referee didn't quite see that one. So Solly Malatai has knocked it on. It's going to be a West Coast scrum there.
Was that a result of the high tackle, though? You've got to ask. I know you can see the assistant referee Payne looks like he's having a bit of a discussion there, but the referee's not having a bar of it.
But so the decisions, like in the first half, will go into Wairarapa Bush. The decisions now are going to West Coast because they're applying that pressure.
Yeah.
And so Wairarapa Bush tend to be making more mistakes, and just good on West Coast. That's all the. It's all the ebbs and flows of a game. Wairarapa Bush need to start playing some territory. Even though there's 8 minutes to go, we've got to get down there to create some pressure for a penalty or...
Well, we said it before, didn't we? You can't win the game of rugby if you don't have the ball.
You certainly can.
It's all West Coast at the moment.
So, Ferguson there, putting the ball into the scrum. It's a good scrum there from Wairarapa Bush. And that goes out to Garland there at first 5. And that's Smith again coming back on the unders line, beating 2, beating 3, and then carrying the 4th over the advantage line. That's a strong run. And there's Jackman, the big man again, just bunting players off there. It's a very strong run, but it's a penalty to Wairarapa Bush. Joe Taco over the ball, West Coast not releasing.
Yeah, that was fantastic from Big Joe, actually. Straight over as the jackler. It's all part of me, the tackler at that point, and said, "No, I want that ball." Didn't release it quick enough.
And Tippy Hira, that's a nice nudge from Tip. That takes Wairarapa Bush about 8 metres outside their own 22. So there's still plenty of time. I mean, we've still got 6 minutes to go. Wairarapa Bush don't need to stress here, and West Coast are happy to because they're down here inside the Wairarapa Bush half. Tarongo needs to just find it. Dominic Hurley, beautiful take there from the big man. And there's Tipi Hira running to the line. And Katia coming back on the unders line. And he's gone straight round the prop. And Katia made a bit of a break here. Ferguson coming across, gets in front of him, but he gets bowled, but he puts his body on the line. Really nice from Ferguson. Bracewell there to Big McLean with the hit up there. And Matt Perry straight over the top. There's an advantage there to Wairarapa Bush. And there it goes up. Bracewell there finding Hira. Hira there out to Ueta Tufanga. Out to Sam Morrison. Sam Morrison looking for a bit of space. Still advantage to Wairarapa Bush. Tipi Hira there looking. And then it's a nice pass from Bracewell. Tupou there will come back for the advantage there to Wairarapa Bush, because he knocked it on. So Wairarapa Bush have got a really nice attacking penalty here. It's probably too far out for the shot at goal, and unless they call big fella Nico up, who could kick from here, but I think I'd prefer to see the ball go down into the corner here, BG.
Yeah, I'm with you, Tony. Now's the time to put the acid back on to West Coast. That's where we want to have a wee look-see at that.
Yeah, I just think it's too much for, I mean, that's probably about a 50, on the angle, probably a 53-metre penalty, and it's a tough one. So Tipi Hira there puts it down, and so they end up about, it's going, where's touch Judge Payne, about 12 metres inside West Coast half here for the line out. So Tarongo Tiki, who found Dominic Hurley, and he throws it in there to McLean. Beautiful, McLean up again. That's take number 9 for McLean today. And Tarongo Tiki at the back of the maul there. And that's a good maul from Wairarapa Bush. Still going. Tarongo Tiki takes it up. Safari's putting real pressure on at the breakdown. Bracewell there. Coming wide. There's Solly Malatai coming in, doing work off the wing. It's good from Solly. Makes about 4 or 5 metres. There's Bracewell finding Sam Gammy. He's a workaholic. Sam Gammy, another strong run. That's good from Matt. Oh, no. He's ruled that Matt Perry's come off his feet there.
Little things in big games, Tony. It's what it comes down to.
Yep. Matt looks like he's favouring his shoulder there.
I think he's received probably a pretty good stinger out of that one, to be fair.
So, referee, has he called time off here? It's a nice South African tactic. I like that.
Oh, just going to do my boot up, mate.
I like that a lot. Is that Troy? No. No, that's Ty Lewis. Smart. Good on you, mate.
Yep. Crowd yelling out, come on, mate.
Yeah. I like it.
Oh, it's worked.
Yeah,
it's not a bad kick. And they are just inside a couple of metres.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. It's all part of the game. As West Coast here get the line out just over there, just over the halfway line. Wairarapa Bush need to contest. Oh, no, they've tried it again there, and the referee's called time off. He said, no more time killing, fellas. I let one go. I'm not going to let two.
Yeah, West Coast for the second win of the season. If they can control this for the next 3 and a bit minutes, Wairarapa Bush still searching for their first.
It's going to be a great finish, either way. Troy Tafari there just overthrows, but it doesn't matter. The big man's got it. And he's gone to the ground there, so West Coast get the ball back. And there's Ferguson there onto the, I think that's the new prop, onto the field there. Maybe Jesse McRae with the hit up. And there's Jackman again, another carry from Jackman. Oh, now this could be a shot at goal, because this is closer to the post on halfway.
Centre field, pretty much. So no,
it's a tough kick, but Mo'o can absolutely look. He's walked straight over to it. The captain said, "I want it." So this will be interesting to see what the captain does, because yeah, he has. He's pointed to the posts. So BG and I, for everybody at home, have seen Mo'o Falaniko kick a number of these this season.
He's 55 metres, probably almost 60 would be in his range.
Yep.
Given the height and the distance he can get on a kick, it's whether or not that accuracy
that's exactly right. And he stepped straight up and said, "I want that kick, please, Cap." So there's about 2 minutes to go here. So there's still time on the clock if it doesn't go over. But he stepped up and wanted this kick. So both sides are deserved of the victory today. There's been Wairarapa Bush definitely had the first half, and West Coast have definitely owned the second half.
Couldn't agree more, Tony. And look, it's one of those games that it really pretty much has just come down to this.
So Mo'o Falaniko here, probably about 50 metres out.
It's going to have to be.
It's just over there, but it's just on a bit of an angle, so it could be just over.
It's going to be a big chase on the green and reds, mate, because if that does come off the posts.
He comes in, he hits it nicely, and it's over. Mu'o Falaniko.
What kick.
Woo! Under pressure. He wanted that.
19-18 is the score. The Farriers Wairarapa Bush lead over West Coast. It is 1 minute and 9 seconds to go.
And that still had a bit on it, to be fair. That cleared by a bit as Garland there kicks off. And who wants it? Dominic Hurler, he's up. And it's been knocked on there from West Coast. And there's Solly Malatai. Oh, and he finds Inia Kartia. Inia Kartia there. Wairarapa Bush need to get out of their half here. Just to wind down the clock. They don't want to do it inside their own half. There's big Joe smashing it. Oh, beautiful ball there, Matt Perry. Matt Perry finds Ueta Tufunga, who finds Mu'o Falaniko with the little kick into the big. And it goes back there, and it's just gone deep. But that's a really good play, because even if he gets a scrum back, or the 22 dropout, with about 30 seconds to go on the clock, everybody at home, 19-18 to Wairarapa Bush. Very exciting finish.
They'll be ruining their loose laces, West Coast now, won't they?
Yes, they will.
30 seconds,
yeah,
not even 30
killing
seconds.
A bit of time, that's right. So this is actually a good position on the field for Wairarapa Bush, because even if they give away a penalty here, West Coast obviously can't kick it from there. So they want to keep the ball down this area. So the clock's showing no time left. But the referee's called time off with 3 seconds to go on the clock.
Yeah, Lewis Bush just going down there and getting a bit of attention.
So West Coast will, that's if they don't get the penalty, they will have to hang on to the ball here. This makes for a great, exciting finish. Just wanted to say that the way Mu'o Falaniko stepped up to that penalty was very reminiscent of Geordie Barrett against South Africa, actually.
I was waiting for that comment. You're 100% correct.
Because he just stepped up straight away, like ran over to the captain. I want this cap, please. I want to be the, like...
A bit like that Pity Mefu meme that said something that he never actually said. But that's fine, nonetheless. Here we go. Time pretty much up on the clock. It's like 3 seconds left on the clock, that is. Not necessarily referee time.
Yeah,
but
that's exactly.
The scrum's set to go down. It'll be a West Coast feed.
And it's 19-18 to Wairarapa Bush. So Wairarapa need a good scrum here. Big Dan Ford there, still going, the big man. He's had a good game.
Oh, he certainly has.
You know, he's regardless of what we think up here in the box, he's managed to get his team a couple of penalties, and he's had at least 4 hit-ups. Yep, no, he's had a real good industrious game, the big fella.
Scott, Ferguson, you take a look at these guys, and they have played very, very well. And young Jacob Lowe, huge future, only a Colt. And, he's been amazing for
free kick
for
there.
Coast.
Takana takes the free kick there from number 8 and smashes into Tipi Haira. He's had a strong game, Takana. And that goes to big Ethan Simpson again. But that's a big hit there coming in from Sam Gammy. And they go back, and Tafari there tries to find... Oh, no, it's gone backwards, though. And Takana there, it goes back to Muir on the wing, who just takes it in. Wairarapa Bush putting pressure at the ruck. And there it goes to Garland. Out to big Ethan Simpson again. That's a huge hit from Gammy. Flying up out of the line. And it gets the penalty. Sam Gammy, stand up. That's what that was. That was just massive hit from a man who's just got a huge ticker.
Lewis Bush wanted to tap and go. Calm the farm, buddy. There is a kick coming.
And Troy goes over the ref to ask the question. Did he roll out of there, ref?
Is there time?
And when he's marched Troy for 10. But that's fine for Troy. He had to ask the question.
Absolutely.
He said, the guy, the Wairarapa Bush guy, he felt didn't roll out of the way.
And it was not going to have any bearing on either of his game.
No, it wasn't. And he's asked a legitimate question, has Troy, and he's still asking the question. Referee said, look, I've made my decision. But it's a legitimate. I've seen it a bit in Heartland this year when the player's not rolling out the back of that ruck, so you can't get over to blowout sometimes. But,
and the captain has got every right to ask those questions.
But there's been some decisions that have been, like if you look at that, he's got a bit of a... But at the end of the day, some decisions have gone both ways, and that once again, that's rugby.
You're right. There was one earlier that we kind of went, uh-oh.
That's the game. It's the game, both teams have played really well, and both teams have deserved this victory, and it looks like Wairarapa Bush are about to get their first dub of the year, their first win.
It's been a long time coming, Tony, and they've had all the ability in the world to be able to do it, and today looks like the day that it's going to happen.
Yep. As Mu'o Falaniko lines this one up, is 2.5 minutes into extra time. He lines up the kick from right in front. hits it. And he's pushed that one to the side, but it's gone over the dead ball line, and that is time.
Well, there it is, 1918. Mark Rutini will be breathing a sigh of relief right now alongside his assistant coaches, Brent Wilson and Nathan Rewai Couch. A lotto ticket, no doubt, will be purchased for this evening's draw. And West Coast can probably feel a little bit hard done by, Tony, but it was the first 20 minutes, really, that they weren't in the game that has cost them so dearly at the end of this match.
Yeah, look, I absolutely, completely agree with that. It might have just been getting off the bus, or but they came back so strongly in the second half and played some really, really strong rugby. For me, the guy that got sin-binned early, actually Lewis Jackman, number 6, I thought he had an outstanding game. Scored a try, massive carries for West Coast. I thought he was, and I thought actually the big loose-head prop, Big Dan Ford, I thought he had a really, really good game. Elliot Smith at centre, and for Wairarapa Bush, Fiji.
Look, again, I think Isaac Bracewell had a great game. He controlled it well from the back of the scrum. Once again, a bit of a shout-out to Lewis Bush, Sam Gammy, and also Sam Morrison, to be fair. I thought he played really, really well and controlled the cutter quite nicely. Wete Tufonga, I think, had a great game. When he got his chances, silly, didn't do too much wrong.
No, that's exactly right. You're right, though, about Gammy and Bush every week, aren't they?
But I think it also comes down to the bench this week. Once again, Tupou, I thought when he came on, he made a bit of a difference. We mentioned the fact that he's a bit of a workhorse for the Carterton side. Torongo Teki again, he replaced Henry Wilson. I thought he had a reasonable game when he came on. And we didn't empty our bench, by the way. There was still quite a few on it. So look, this is building up. We've got some tough games yet to play with King Country next week away. They're not going to be easy.
No.
There's no doubt about that. And we finished the season with Honolulu Kapiti away and Ngāti Pro East Coast at home on the 6th of November, which is so late.
6th of November. There'll be people playing Christmas music.
Yeah, well, ordinarily this would be semi-finals weekend this weekend for the Meads in the Hall.
And that's exactly right.
Next week, but hold your heads up, West Coast. Look, you played extremely well.
I enjoyed West Coast today. They're a nice side. They got some good players.
Very, very good players. Not only for the more experience in the crowd, but the shout-outs from Mum on the commentary. I thought it was great. Thank you, Crystal. And to everyone on the West Coast, it might not have been the win, it might not have been what you're looking for, but boy, oh boy, these boys have really played their hearts out there today.
Yep, and it was a hot day, and it was quite fast rugby. Like it was good to watch. So really, really enjoyed today. It was a good game.
Yeah, big thank you to South Australia once again for sponsoring the commentary here today and the live stream. Absolute legends and long-time supporters of Wairarapa Bush Rugby. So kia ora to you, thank you so much. And from us, I guess, Tony, that's it.
Absolutely. So we'll be back here, Fiji, in a couple of weeks, is it?
Yeah, just look at the draw and I'm going, all right, so when are we back? A few weeks, actually. We're not back till 6th of November.
6th of November.
East Coast. Well, at least King Country or Honolulu Kapiti. Corey, if you're listening, you want to, have us come over and do that game, we're more than welcome. But no, it's been fantastic, and thank you very, very much for your viewership today, whether you be on the phone, Chromecasting to the telly. I know we had comments there from Brisbane and the United States. It's certainly great to have you on board, and we enjoy voluntary sort of bringing this to you.
Absolutely. It's really, really enjoy it. And we really enjoy the comments, and that's why we talk about those comments. It's really nice. People being engaged and be able to have their say, because sitting at home watching a game of rugby, you get invested in it and you want to have your say. It's good.
We all yell at the telly from time to time, and now we're the targets, but that's all right. Right, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go and see if that hot dog caravan's still open, my friend.
Sounds good.
And we'll catch you back in a couple of weeks from us here at Trust House Memorial Park. The Ferriers Wairarapa Bush taking the victory today, their first one of the year over West Coast. We will see you back again in about 3 weeks' time. Ka kite.